Armed officers were called to a street in Clacton today after reports of a man brandishing a samurai's sword. The area was cordoned off and local people were told to stay indoors.
This is where the drama unfolded, in Old Road in Clacton. Locals spoke of shouting and a scuffle outside this woman's house involving two men. One of them, who was in his late teens, ran off and then returned armed with the sword. Alan Naser lives across the road and saw the man standing by the front door, agitated and angry.
I went out and asked him what he was doing. He ignored me and walked off in a rage. He looked very, very angry.
He had a big sword and he just started shouting outside the house, swearing and that. I was over the road.
Pretty dramatic.
Yeah, it was a bit scary, yeah.
15, 20 minutes later, police arrived, blocked the road off, and there were 4, maybe 5 armed response policemen. You know, their weapons trained on the house, calling for whoever was inside to come out.
Officers, he said, eventually forced their way in, but it appears that by this stage the house was already empty. The area remained cordoned off as police searched for the man, insisting he posed no danger to the general public.
It's just like something you see, you know, not on the telly, but when it's yards from your front door, it's unbelievable, really. But I mean, it's just like the siege, isn't it? You know, that's how it was.
Tonight, police confirmed that a man had been arrested in connection with the incident, and they're investigating exactly what happened. Kevin Birch, BBC Look East, in Clacton.
A 10-year-old boy is still in a critical condition after a car was hit by a train on Saturday. James Howe was thrown out of the car being driven by his grandfather as it was using a farm crossing between Beccles and Alton Broad. An investigation is underway. A 21-year-old man who was arrested on suspicion of raping another man in a park in Ipswich has been released on bail. The victim, who's also 21, told police he'd been attacked near Alderman Road early on Saturday morning. £12 million has been awarded to Anglia Ruskin University in Essex to help fund places for extra students. The university, which also has a campus in Cambridge, has been given the money by the Higher Education Funding Council for England.
An investigation is underway after a man died in a fire at a flat in Harlow. He was 57 years old and had health problems. Nearby homes were evacuated during the blaze.
An investigation at a flat where a man died in a fire. Billy Martin lives next door. Her home was evacuated. She described the intensity of the blaze.
Apparently one of the ladies who lives in another cul-de-sac could see the flames from the top of the roof of the flat. The smoke was unreal, literally, and then when they managed to open the door, it was just like a massive thick cloud.
The smoke-blackened kitchen was just visible through a window, and this dog, trained to sniff out substances that accelerate fires, was brought in from Hertfordshire.
The body of a 57-year-old man was found inside the flat. Police say he was a large man who may have found it difficult to get around, and apparently his mother died just last year.
A detective inspector from Essex Police told reporters the fire was being treated as suspicious until proven otherwise.
Any fire with a fatality is treated suspiciously to start with until the investigation is finished on the scene and a post-mortem is carried out. Well, it's always sad. Someone has died, obviously. The circumstances, as I say, we don't know as of yet. But it's a very sad state of affairs.
This hasn't been the only fire in Harlow recently, so fire officers knocked on doors asking neighbours if they had working smoke alarms. Worryingly for the fire service, some hadn't. Gareth George, BBC Look East.
Norwich City have a new goalkeeper. He's John Ruddy, who signed from Everton. He's 23 years old, was brought up in St Ives and used to play for Cambridge United. He signed a 3-year contract. One of the key routes in and out of Norwich has been closed for 3 months. Gas mains are being replaced and the pavements widened on St Augustine's to the north of the city centre. When it reopens, it'll be one way with traffic going into the city using a different route. A third of city councillors in Norwich, including the Conservative, Lib Dem and Green Party leaders, have been told to stand down immediately. Their terms of office were extended by a year as part of plans for the city to become a unitary authority. When those plans were dropped, the council went to the High Court, but they failed to get the plans reinstated. They'll now go have to go back to the High Court to set a date for the by-elections. Last month, a judge ruled the city had unlawfully been granted the right to go it alone.
A family butcher's in Suffolk has been celebrating its 150th anniversary by giving away free hamburgers. Roos & Sons in Long Melford has been run by 5 generations of men, but the current owner has 4 daughters. Catherine Nash reports.
For Oliver Roos, being a butcher is part of his identity. Passed down from generation to generation, this butcher's shop has been serving customers for 150 years. Founded by Tevis and Roos, it's been up to the men of the family to keep it going.
Of course, I was under the wing of my father and our employees here who taught me everything that I know. I just started to realise the golden opportunity to take on a business such as this and to live here with my family and to take it on further and into the next generation.
Taking on a business is never easy, especially when supermarket prices offer a cheap alternative. So what is it about this shop that keeps people coming back for more?
It's local, the quality is terrific always, the staff are friendly, and there's a great variety of stuff other than just butchery.
Well, you've only got to look around, haven't you? It's quite unique, and the meat is wonderful.
Oliver plans to work here until he retires, but with 4 daughters and not a son in sight, Roos & Son Butchers may have to change its name. Catherine Nash, BBC Look East, Long Melford.
You're watching Look East from the